And welcome back here with Ross Grimsley, who used to pitch for the Orioles back in the 70s. He co-hosts the Orioles pregame show on 105.7 The Fan. And Ross, I want to ask you this. Back in 74, you're part of a beginning of the week of September, 5-game sweep of the Boston Red Sox, and there was like a 3 or 4 shutouts during that period of time. How about the competition among teammates for starters, from game to game?
There's 4 of us, Cuellar, McNally, Palmer, and myself. And yeah, I think we were 8 games back at the time, maybe a little bit more, and end up 26 and 4, something like that. But it was every game you go out, we had to win. We had to win and just went out and, tried to hold the other team to as few possible runs. We had a meeting over at, I believe, Paul Blair's house, and about doing that and just getting us some runs. 3 runs was enough because the guys were really dealing, and you just knew you had to go out and hold them down.
Ross, was there an approach or a pattern at which you guys used to pitch together? You talked about inside your little group of starters, and Palmer was different from you, of course. You used more change-ups and off-speed pitches than he did, but your approach to certain hitters, that's what was interesting. You guys had a tremendous game plan, and you stuck to it, like from the beginning of the season to the end.
What happened was you would go over the teams that you were playing before the first game, but Cuellar was left-handed, McNally was left-handed, I was left-handed, Palmer was obviously right-handed, and we all pitched everybody different. And that's one of the things you can't. I can get a guy out with a change-up where maybe Palmer or McNally didn't do that, but we were all completely different pitchers, and. But you had certain things. One of the things I wanted to know is if I had to throw somebody a fastball, where could I throw it and have the least amount of damage? But like I said, we were all different. We had all different ways to pitch guys. You just had to, be on the same page with the catcher.
Is there a lot of talking among the pitchers for a starting rotation, or do you just try to find out stuff yourself through the pitching coach?
Yeah, I got a lot of input from Mike Cuellar, who was a big mentor to me. And I know coming from Cincinnati to Baltimore, one of the first things they told us, get guys out as quick as you can with as few pitches as you can. And that was something that always, work quick, hit spots, change speeds. And that you can take that, you work quick, the defense is going to be on their toes. You hit spots, that means being able to throw strikes and being able to throw balls. I told somebody that one time, that you mean you try to throw balls? Well, yeah. They set up another pitch, and you try to make a pitch look like a strike when you get ahead in the count to get guys to fish after it. And if you're around the plate and you pound the ball down in the zone, you get away with pitches up in the zone. And that's something that we were, told, and that's something that always stuck with me that I took into coaching and try to pass that on.
Ross, tell me a little bit about your thoughts about, you were obviously right in the middle of an era of the 4-man rotation, and now we've gone to a 5-man rotation and in some cases a 6-man rotation. Right. What kind of an effect do you feel like it's had on baseball and the Orioles in general?
Yeah, pitchers don't have to go deep into games, and what happens with that, you don't know how to pitch the 3rd and 4th time around the order. The catchers don't know how to call a game at that time because they've never had that. It all transpired from college and high school, the 5-man rotation, and now, like I said, the 6-man rotation. Guys get very strong, and in this day and age, it's a power game for pitchers. There's more power than finesse. You see more home runs, more than ever before. You see more base on balls percentage-wise. See more wild pitches now than as before because guys are rearing back. Here it comes. I hope it's over the plate, So, yeah, it's changed a little bit, and, the idea that less work, less pitches, less injuries. That's not true, as you know and I know, and we see it day in and day out. But at one point, I think you had 240-something guys on the disabled list at one point. Over half of those were pitchers, and over half of those were leg injuries, which is totally baffling to me.
Ross, we appreciate you stopping by to spend some time with us. You can listen to him on 105.7 The Fan before Orioles games on.